What's up, guys? Joey from the Anonymous Writers podcast, and today I just wanted to give you a mini podcast, I guess you could call it. I know a lot of writers, myself included, have trouble looking at their own story, looking at their own work, and finding out, or just giving yourself some self-criticism. So today we're going to go over a couple spots where you can go and find good self-criticism of yourself, and as well as finding creative stories to work on. So let's go and let's check out some YouTube channels that you can go and just kind of scroll through and find out, and see if that's what you need. If you need any of these to help you out in the future or in any of your current writing projects. So let's go jump right into the first one. So the first one we have here is one of the off channels of Sargon of Akkad. He's a fairly big YouTuber, but here we have one of his off channels, Ancient Recitations, I believe it's called. And as you can see here, he has a lot of different unique stuff about history that you normally wouldn't learn in school and the stuff like that. As I said before, one of the things that I think makes a great story is finding something that is like a history lesson that you haven't, that not many people know about. So a great channel to probably go and just find something he's done, and find some interesting historical thing that you think can benefit yourself pretty well. I mean, obviously there's other history channels on YouTube, but this is one of them that I know has gone in for different, more unique histories. So let's go into our second channel. Our second channel here is from KaptainKristian. Now, he isn't necessarily someone who is big into unique storytelling, but he does have different ways you can kind of genre your work, something along those lines. You know, from here, he's got you know, how you can adapt things, how you can make different things, changing it from one medium to another. So if you're deciding to write a book and then you're changing it to a comic book or a short story, something like that, this could work. You know, making a relatable story from the Pixar, evolving your, you know, if you have a series of books, you know, if you want to figure out how to evolve that, you can go ahead with that. With this, you know, how to challenge your audience in a story. You can get something off of there, so you can definitely find different things from there. So it's definitely an interesting watch. You know, it's got some other things as well in case you were trying to write something else, comic book wise. You know, this has something if you want to kind of, if you're looking to write even a screenplay at that, or try to create a movie. So we'll move into our third channel next. Now, our third channel here is YourMovieSucks. I found them about a year and a half ago. They are very funny, and it does seem like it would be kind of, you know, interesting as to why you would choose this to get some inspiration for your writing. But one of the things that he does do is kind of goes through and finds different movies and finds what works well and what doesn't. And one of the things that can make a movie work well or not is the screenwriting and the screenplay and how a story is told. You know, for the most part, he kind of goes through and I guess you could call rips on bad movies. But you know, he's got this Syndicate New York, which is a really well written, well directed, well made movie. So you can pick up some good things, but for the most part, he goes over some bad movies, and if you're looking to criticize, to self-criticize one of your stories, you can look at other things that have not worked out well, and figure out what they've done wrong, and then go back and check your story, your work, and see if you're doing similar things to that or not. So it's definitely a unique place to look, to try and help out and try and see if your story is working or not. So might as well give it a shot. He's still pretty funny, but I've definitely learned some things that simply don't work in a story of mine simply by looking at a few of his videos. So we'll go on to our fourth channel. Now, our fourth channel here is Cinefix. They do have some podcasts and everything like that, but they have these these what's the difference things, and their top 10s. So those are actually where I would recommend getting the most from it. The what's the difference is they delve into the book versus the movies, so you can see in a movie and in a book, what's worked, what hasn't, what they've taken out, and see, you can see what the book did that made it made it popular enough to be turned into a movie. And then you got your brilliant moments in editing. You can use that in your story. I know I found that trying to figure out what to and not to write is something that's very difficult, and looking at another medium like filmmaking and seeing what they have and haven't cut out to get a point across is something that can be definitely applied to your book or your novel. So we'll go with our final, the fifth and final channel right here, and this is Every Frame a Painting. Now this is definitely a better channel, I think, in terms of figuring out what you do and don't want to cut from a scene that you're writing. It gives a lot of great editing tools as well if you're trying to write and create a movie on what to do for here. Same if you're trying to do something along the lines of a comic book as well. But it does show you what you should be looking for to create, and it's definitely a channel worth checking out. It'll definitely help you out when trying to figure out your show and your movie. So that's just 5 channels you can go and you can check out. You don't necessarily have to like it or subscribe to those channels, but it's definitely something. If you're trying to look to self-criticize, you can go through, just click through a couple of their videos and just hear what they're saying, and apply that to your video, or not to your video, but to your work, to your comic book, to your fan fiction, to your current novel that you're trying to write, and just see if any of the advice they give there can definitely change how you're writing something, how you're looking at something, maybe help you avoid a future story plot in that regard. So I'll leave a link to all of the channels that I recommended that you go and check out in the description below. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with our podcasts. I'll have some more of these mini podcasts, and I'll try and get Dory back here for our 3rd podcast. So see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hey, getting some writing done there, buddy?
Yeah, setting up in public so everybody can watch me type my big screenplay.
Me too. All real writers need to be seen writing, otherwise what's the point, right?
You should totally write that down.
Okay, will you watch me?